Hey man, well, I'm going to give you an example which is basically a chord progression and how you can study a chord progression in order to get some chord shapes, not actually shapes but principles under your thumb. Because right now, as we have discussed in your thread, the problem is not the shapes, because yeah, of course some shapes are very come very natural to us because we have played them so much that we can always use them, such as, I don't know, some this G, for instance. See, everybody knows G major if you're in the first position, right? Well, don't mind the guitar is tuned to C sharp and a quarter because I was studying some Pantera riffs, and I had to use Dimebag's tuning, if you know what I'm talking about. Now, the progression that I will show you is a Mixolydian progression, so I don't know how much you know about modes, but this is not the main idea here. The idea is that we are going to have a chord shape which is usually played in how's it called? In another context, in a very popular way, let's say. It's that G that I'm talking about. But now you're gonna be playing in this progression as an A. Okay, so we keep the same shape, but we move it one step higher on the neck. That makes it an A, and here we play, so we are going to play C sharp. Imagine that this guitar is tuned normally, right? And we're going to play C sharp, E, and A. That gives us an A major with a third in the bass. So, if we add the A here, see? I omitted these three strings because otherwise I would have had to play the chord something like this. It's pretty damn difficult. Because I needed the A here. Anyway, the idea is that if you play this whole thing in, let's say, D Mixolydian, the progression will have D major, A minor 7, and G major with its third in the bass. So in our case, E here. B, I'm sorry. So C, we have D major, A minor 7, and the G with its third in the bass. So now you know that this shape can be moved all around the neck to play a major chord with its third in the bass. So these three notes. And right here it would be a G. Right now, if we move it one whole step up, it's going to be an A major with a third in the bass. But the progression will have to be played in E major this time. So instead of D major, A minor 7, and G major with a third in the bass, we're going to have E major, B minor 7, and A with its major third in the bass. So instead of, and of course we can do this in any situation and move things up the neck. Okay, all you have to do is experiment with these things and learn the theory behind them, because you know, if you look at this chord shape, you will know that this is the major third, this here is the fifth, and this is the root, right? So B, D, and G. If we think about G major, for instance, you'll notice that we have G as the root, B as the major third, and D as the fifth. So, root, fifth, major third. Okay? We have this nice voicing, which means that the notes are not in that particular order in which the root is being played in bass, but the major third of that chord is being played in bass. Okay? So once again, B, D, G. So major third, fifth, root. Now, if we want to obtain an A, we just move this whole position one whole step up, as we have discussed, and we have C major, E, and A. C, third, fifth, root. Now for this, we would have a B major, and this would be the D sharp, the F sharp, and the B. So major third, root, fifth, root. G, A, B. This was just an example, man. See, because I know the structure of those chords and the theory behind them, I can recreate them all over the neck in any position or shape that I want to use. And imagine that in any context where you're probably going to forget, I don't know, or won't have the time to get to one sleepy time. To get from one position to another, you're just going to know what notes are there on that position and quickly make up a chord that would use the notes that you need, instead of just wasting time to get up to this position of the neck. Why not play a little chord position here, because you know what notes you need. So if you need some guidance with a theory, just let me know and I'll be happy to help. Cheers, man.